Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Ugh. Is that the sheriff? It is the sheriff. Keep it moving, buddy boy. Keep it moving. Make that be the last one before we leave. Oh. Hey, what's up, everybody? So I'm gonna try to make this video while riding the scooter back to the house. It's 3 o'clock in the morning here in Rosenberg, Texas. It is Monday. So the question is, what's next? What's next for me in this journey of life? I can honestly say I don't really know. You know, there's an excitement for me that comes with looking for a job, because I'm not somebody that puts in applications at jobs that pay so much money that they actually have to run your background and do all of the, drug tests and all that shit. I just apply anywhere. Jobs that I know, you ain't gonna have no you're not make 40 hours, but you got somewhere to go every day, and just a job to contribute to society. So there is an excitement that comes with knowing I can hit this strip and just start applying for jobs like crazy, and land something out here in Rosenberg. Today, I went back and checked on my things after being gone for a week. Everything was fine. Everything was fine, so I'm grateful for that. I went and got, my clothes and stuff like that and came back over here to my brother's house. I don't know if I live with with my brother or not. I'm not gonna jump the gun and say, oh, I live with my brother now. He really is just allowing me to stay there until I get, where I need to be as far as income and a job and things of that nature. I'm pretty sure he won't mind. But there is a problem when it comes to his girlfriend that he lives with, Gabby. Now, I'm going to try to be as nice and quick as I can about this, because it's been just a mess. As far as her personality, I told my brother for the first time, bro, I really don't even want to hear no more about what y'all go through, because it's pissing me off. The shit that she's doing, it pisses me off. And you, Xavier, my brother, you're no angel as well. See, I had a chance to go to the kids' football game, and when I went to their game, I saw a lot of shit that I didn't like. I heard a lot of shit that I didn't like. Parenting is not hard. But a lot of these parents and a lot of adults, period, are just stupid. They don't know anything. A lot of them are having kids when they're not ready, and then they're trying to pass on values and different mantras for them to abide by, when these are kids. I don't know how many times I kept saying, they're kids, bro. They're kids. They're kids. They're kids. Because they're getting injured and oh man, you ain't hurt. They're kids, bro. Their body is not used to the abuse of playing football yet. You must forgot, bro. This is not a natural sport for human beings. Okay? This isn't something that we're born to do to try to make a living for ourselves, tackling each other and throwing each other to the ground and all of that. That's not normal human behavior. So you need to get this shit out of your head where you're trying to train at least your kids. If not, you're just trying to train the boys, period. You're talking to them like they in their 20s. I kept explaining to really talking to myself, but I'm like, you guys are getting mad. They not blocking nobody. They just do you think kids understand technique? Yeah, you're going to have a kid or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, but kids don't understand grown-up concepts, okay? A 2-3 technique, all these different things. And I kept telling them, like, y'all need to just show the kids how to get in the way. You don't necessarily have to block. Just get in the way. Chop, block, all that other shit, because these kids are bigger than y'all. So I'm just trying to, because he keeps saying, man, bro, my brother gave this nigga. See, this is how trendy my brother is. He goes and makes this kid a fucking, like, beet juice. Like, you're giving basically the kid a pre-workout before football. Like, you're doing too much, bro. You doing too much. He was telling me, I'm gonna make you a tea. I'm gonna make you, man. Cause once again, I told y'all, I didn't told my brother about my headaches. I didn't told him about them, but he's such a knucklehead that he's like, oh, it's your diet, bro. It's your diet, man. It's them fucking Rillos, man. It's them fucking Black and Miles. Like, he don't. One day is one thing, the next day is something. He don't know. He hasn't mastered anything in his life. Nothing. Not even the sport he holds dear to his heart, basketball. You haven't even mastered that. I proved that to you in 2015 by making you do simple, basic drills. You losing the ball and getting frustrated and all of that. Yeah, you haven't mastered anything, dog. So for somebody that lives in my own head and know that, okay, there's no other reason why I should have these type of migraines outside of either being hit in the head too much, taking too many blows to the head and stuff like that, and I have some type of nerve like damage through my neck and head. So by you keep saying, and it pissed me off because I'm gonna actually walk. This needs to be said. I'm gonna turn the scooter off. This needs to be said. So he's just trying to, man, you need to drink this tea. Look, and I'm like, bro, I was drinking tea way before your ass ever ingested a warm beverage into your system. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this stuff. I've been doing this herbal shit and all of that. And so he was like, I'm sitting there and I ran out of money, so I couldn't buy any more digestive pills. And so that was at least probably 20 hours of no digestive aid. So I ate the burger from from the baseball game. We had breakfast tacos. Then we had Whataburger. Then when I got home, I think I had some noodles and shit. It was like, and so when I don't have these pills to digest my food and shit, it could just cause me to have a complete, just full body shutdown where I'm just so drained from my from my gut being overran with so much shit. Not literal, but actual just a bunch of junk in my body that ain't being digested, to the point where, man, it causes me to just like slump around all day and just be sleepy, and I'm not sleepy. And so I'm getting pissed off, and I'm like, bro, I gotta go get my card from my cousin. And we were supposed to do it on Saturday, but like he said, he got too high, which is not something that he does, is to the point where he can't drive. But I just know, like, we had a full day. That was a long day. And so I wasn't expecting him at like 10 o'clock to want to go to Houston and come back and all of that. Like, I know it was too much. So when I, like, up until that point, man, I suffered my ass off. And I got so frustrated because I'm like, bro, this is why I make a big deal about these pills. Like, I feel horrible. And so he's like, man, I'm going to make you a tea. And so I'm just like, all right, bro, just literally like grandma. Just drink the shit, shut him up. I drunk that goddamn nasty ass shit. I mean, it was he just mixed a whole bunch of stuff in it. And see, that's how you know you can get a dude like my brother. Just put a label on it. Just hey, you got headache pain? He'd be like, man, I need to go get you this stuff called headache relief tea. You just slap a name on it, he'll buy it. Like, Jesus Christ. He bought so much shit that I keep explaining to him, because he was going off into the, man, I can't get nothing in my name because, I got the felonies and all that. And I'm like, dude, once again, nobody asked CJ for advice, which is me. Everybody calls me CJ. Nobody asked CJ for advice. Nobody asked CJ, how the hell did you get an apartment, bro, knowing you had shit on your record? How the hell did you help Jeremiah get an apartment? You see what I'm saying? Because I kept telling him, bro, you going through the door. You going through the front door where they're going to ask for your social security number. They're going to run your shit. And it's going to take probably a month for you to get approved, or a month just for them to say, no, we can't accept you. And my brother said the same shit I said. Like, bro, y'all act like I killed somebody. Y'all act like I done murdered somebody before. Like, this is ridiculous. This shit was over 7 years ago. So I told him, I was like, bro, you could get a place. That service called CPN on Facebook, that's like a second chance service, where if you fucked up in your life and you can't really just go through the front door and try to get you an apartment, what they would consider the legal way, then hell nah, bro. Like, you pay these people to make all the documents. You make 3 times your income. You don't have nothing on your record, yada, yada, yada. No evictions and shit. And you could go from there. So the whole time my brother is, complaining about, bro, I don't want to stay here. Like, these niggas is nasty, bro. They just moved in this house and she's already created an atmosphere for roaches. I saw a roach right by my mattress. And I'm like, because there's fucking cornbread crumbs everywhere. There's fucking hamburger meat all on the stove. Just shit that I was not raised like that. Me and my brother Xavier, we make a big deal how we were raised, and we were not raised like that. And so these are the type of people that'll be like, man, they need to do pest control. No, motherfucker, you need to clean your ass, man. Clean up after yourself. It's ridiculous, bro. It is flat out ridiculous. It shows no sense of even trying. You just let shit get so out of hand to the point where you'll just turn your back to it like a hoarder. Like, oh, we didn't fill that room with junk. Close the door. We won't be going in there for 10 years. You know what I mean? Open the door after 10 years and got a raccoon village in there or some shit, because you don't even go in there. And so my deal with my brother is like, bro, you really have no parenting skills, because my brother was raised in a way of kind of like thinking his own thoughts. By the time my dad got in my brother's life, Xavier was already kind of like, he was really governed by my mom and my grandma, his mother and his grandma. My dad kind of stayed out of the way and let him really kind of like, I'll be here for when he go way off the rails. But as far as like everyday shit, Xavier didn't really deal with my dad like that. So his parenting skills absolutely are trash. He talks to these kids like they're 21, 22 years old. Hey man, pick that up on the floor. Didn't I tell you to pick that up? See, now if it was my shit on the ground, then see, you gonna like, bro, stop all that extra talking. See, when you're disciplining kids, they already are embarrassed. Like, yeah, the guy at the football game was like, hey, don't you ever in your life put your hands on my daughter's butt again, okay? Don't you ever do that. If I have to tell you again, it's gonna, and he's saying this in front of all these kids and parents. How you think that make that kid feel, bro? You could have politely said, hey man, look here. I'm gonna tell you like this here, young dude. Don't you touch my daughter behind anymore. Keep your hands to yourself. Nobody had to hear you make that announcement. That's embarrassing for a child, and they're more likely to do something in retaliation. That's what kind of kid I was. If I felt like an adult was trying to clown me and embarrass me in front of my peers, it just made me want to hurt you. It made me want to really bust your ass, because you think you overkill, bro. It's overkill at that point. The damn twins walk in the house, he don't say shit to them. And again, I know I just got here. But I have discernment. And I can decipher, bro, how long you been doing this. and at the extreme rate that you're doing it. First off, Gabby is very argumentative. She's very naggy and just bratty. Very. She's ugly for one. She got those teeth that like your gums then got too big and they're growing over your teeth. Horrible, just body is just god awful. See, I always think it's like my brother basically fell victim to the fact that he never got outside of this area and got a chance to be around other females that probably would have liked him. His first baby mama, Lindsay, the Caucasian chick, she's, you know, what the kids would call, she's mid, you know. And my brother every day kick himself in the ass like, man, I wish I would have got it together so I could stay with her, bro. Like, she didn't got her shit together. Like, she go out. She's my type, which to my brother is like a home girl. Because my brother has a woman's like spirit. You know, he loves really hard. He's very emotional when it comes to just the things he cares about, you know. And so he, you know, after dealing with Monica, now after dealing with Gabby, he's like, bro, I wish I could have straightened my shit up so I could get, like, me and Lindsay could have worked this shit out. You know what I'm saying? But from what my brother has explained to me, man, she basically painted a picture like it would be better if my brother was to live with her. She did this wicked ass shit where she kept trying to butter up the, you know, like my mom did the same shit. You come to the house, you gonna have your own room. My dad got my shit. I got my own room in my dad's. Okay, well, if you come over here, you'll have your own cell phone. Dad bought me a cell phone. Oh, okay. Well, if you come over here, I'll get you a bike. Dad already bought me a bike. You know what I mean? So that pisses my mom off that she can't place something in front of me to make me want to just drop everything and go with her. So that's what she did with him. She was telling my brother like, oh, you can come stay with me. You know, I got this much money coming in and, you know, all these different benefits and all of that. And you know how I know he ain't lying? Because I was talking about my mom and I was like, man, I miss my mom. And Gabby was like, what's your mom's name? You know, like on some private investigator shit. She was like, what's your mom's name? And I was like, Tanya. What's your last name? And she's typing up some shit on her phone. And so, you know, I'm not somebody who's full of shit. I've already Googled and tried to find my mom. You know? And so I try to go and look at what she's typing. And because I told her, I was like, bro, this might be the same website that I was on looking for missing people and shit. And so I tried to, like, you know, get on side of her and look at her phone, and she put the phone in her chest. Like, no, you can't see. So that made me understand, like, you have a need to feel like you're needed. That's your problem. You want somebody to feel like they need you. Did she ever confirm or anything with me that, hey, I thought, nope. It was one of them, like, just in the moment things. Like, she never followed up by, hey, CJ, look what I found. Nothing. She just presents that idea of, I know everything. I'm connected to everything. I got a source for everything. These type of females, they'll be having a tracker or some shit on your damn phone, and you'll be like, bro, you tripping. So she's very naggy and bitchy and shit. And I'm like, my brother, bro, my brother is having to take these L's like I've never seen him take before. Times when I know he would have been like, girl, if you don't shut your motherfucking mouth, he just literally grunts and just be like, Like we were moving and we, you know, pulling shit out and, you know, you got kids' clothes in just weird ass places. And she pulled something out and he was like, oh, that go Anne Marie's sock or something like that, her daughter. And he goes, And I laughed because it was funny. Like the little, he was like, And I laughed and she just gave him this look like, what was that for? And he was like, And she was just like, whatever. I'm like, you see what, like, bro, you argue, like, you want to argue over everything. Just before we pulled out to go to the fucking football game, they were already arguing before we pulled out of the duplex. The little duplex place right here. They were already arguing. Not arguing, but she was already having a disagreement with him about something. And so when me and my brother be chilling and shit, we be talking like, he be like, bro, do you see this shit that I gotta put up with? When she come in the house, she got this weird look in her eyes, like, it's weird, my nigga. And my brother was like, yeah, bro, them looks she be giving me and shit, I be telling her like, yo, looks be fucking up my vibe. I'm like, yeah, bro, like, that's why I said for the first time, my nigga, I don't even want to cap on your hoe right now, bro. Cause she pissing me off. She doing shit that's flagrantly disrespectful. And because you got your name on everything and you waiting to press that button and kick my nigga out and have his dude, you know, cause Xavier has already said it, like, bro, I got way too much property. I would have to pay for storage. And he's like, I ain't going back to mom and dad. So he was like, I don't know where I would go. He was like, I'll fuck around and live out of my car. So, you know, that's pretty, you know, fucked up, bro. Like, I know all the shit my brother go through. And in listening to his stories, it gave me a second to just kind of let my shit go. And focus on what the fuck he got going on. Cause I'm like, my nigga, that was one thing. He was like, bro, you always complain about money, but you keep constantly doing stuff with these kids that cost $400 because you don't want to be the parent that everybody's saying, oh, you don't want to, you know, she didn't let her kids play football. She didn't, like, that's not life. Xavier was like, now you see, we don't never have money for emergencies, ever. The other day, the power cut off, and I texted him, and when we was talking later on, he was like, you see what I'm talking about, bro? He was like, I just paid to get the electricity switched. And he was like, now you see that $100? He was like, you see how that shit just comes up out of nowhere? He was like, but we ain't never got the money for it because she's always buying stupid shit. And I was like, yeah, man, I already know how that go. Like, I already know, my nigga. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know if I live here. I'm basically just, you know, while I'm here, just try to utilize this time wisely. I don't sit around and fuck around and shit like that. I'm really always doing something, man. And today they got a chance to see one of my, what I would call like them cluster headaches. They got a chance to see one of them shits today. Like after we got done hooping, man, those type of headaches are like, oh my God. It just destroyed me. So I have literally spent all Sunday just sluggish and just, because of, again, having all that shit backed up in my stomach. When I finally bumped the pills and, you know, started taking them and stuff, I was burping up shit that I could taste from yesterday. Like, damn, it was crazy, man. Straight crazy. So I'll be back a little later with some more. So it's Monday. It's about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Riding the scooter back home from getting some ibuprofen, and I must say this. I'm glad I did not wake up and immediately start making a video because Gabby was off from work. This is very difficult, y'all, because this thing has like horsepower that it was just like, it's just stupid riding this thing. So I got to make sure I got a good grip on both the phone, this bag, and this goddamn handlebar. Because like I said, I got started today. Like I'm literally not even trying to go as fast as it'll go. Let me press this button. Give me a second. This fucking technology gonna make me bust my ass. But I woke up and had to start washing my clothes, and then she comes out the room and she scared me. I didn't even know anybody was at the house. Yeah, I'm gonna get off the sidewalk. That's why I can't ride and talk at the same time. The sidewalk is just peaks and valleys and potholes. Fuck all that. Anyway, so she comes out the room and she's, you know, getting ready to get on the scooter and go somewhere. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't know anybody was here. Are you off today? She's like, yeah, I'm off. So I said that because I could have woke up and started talking in the house and saying certain things and could have created just an entirely new list of problems if she would have heard the way that I talk and stuff like that. So I'm glad I got my ass up and left and got a chance to see when it is that I can be able to talk into the phone. So what I was explaining was that my brother's a good guy, man. You know, he's not the smartest thing in the world, but he's a good guy. And for him to have to go through this, it's his fault because he does not like to take full ownership of anything. That's why I'm so spiritually fortunate a lot of times, is because I don't neglect the truth at any point. I don't care if the truth will land me in jail. I don't care if the truth will make me lose a friend. I don't care if the truth makes me homeless. I don't care. I'm gonna look whatever it is in the fucking face and say, hey, this is what it's gonna be. And when he's explaining to me like, well, I feel like I'm being, you know, God getting back at me for what I did to Monica, because what ended up happening was, out of 3 of his baby mamas, the black one and this one right here are the most chaotic and problematic. The black one, she used to like my brother. And what happened was, she one day tried to show how cool she could be by smoking an entire pack of cigarettes in front of my brother. And so she's smoking these cigarettes, and my brother described it as like, bro, she was just drooling everywhere. Like, she was like unconscious. And I was just like, well, that's crazy, man. So come to find out, Monica ends up getting cancer from that right there. Doing that shit at that very moment. She ends up getting cancer. So what they had to do was take skin from her calf muscle or her leg and put it in her face, because she had created like a hole, like a damn hole was about to form in the back of her mouth. So she was damn near on life support at one point. So my brother, you know, when he's dealing with her and the son that they have together, my brother has to be a lot of times he just had to let a lot of shit go, you know, because he knows that what he said was that when Xavier was going through a bunch of stuff, Gabby was the type of female that, and I've always said this about women and men, when y'all break up, there's gonna be that person that's gonna sit there and listen to you, and they're gonna just try to create a reality for you that if you come over on my side, everything is better. I got these benefits, I got that benefit, I you know. And so what my brother was like, bro, you basically lied to me, got me to believe that like all this stuff you were saying was legit, and then you knew that I forgot somebody was dying or something like that in our family. And he said, what a coincidence that when I go and move with you, your dad ended up dying. And he said that because he's like, you did some wicked ass shit knowing damn well I was in a vulnerable state. And I said, that's my brother's fault, because he's never been the type. He used to try to tell me, don't tell women the truth. You can't do that. I'm like, dude, what? So I'm supposed to be dancing around lies and false stories and narratives that don't exist just so I can say I got a girlfriend? I don't think so. That's why you're in the situation you're in. 3 kids, 3 different women. You don't live with any of them full time, which, I mean, Nemo, but hell, you don't even want to live with Gabby anymore, so you wouldn't even have Nemo. His name is Nehemiah. We call him Nemo. That's his nickname. But that's the type of shit I'm talking about. So I feel for my brother, because I've watched him in real time go to work hard, have to give money that he can't afford to give, and all of that shit. And for him to be treated like this, it really does. It's very upsetting. It's very upsetting. Everything to come out of his mouth, you want to compete with him. Like, we're at the court playing basketball, and she's like he got frustrated or whatever, and so he just walked off the court, and she's like, you want to take a break? When you want to take a break, you want everybody to take a break. And I'm sitting over there like, that is the wrong thing to say. Like, I know when my brother can't handle like them little extra words and shit that you put in. And she was like, you want everybody to take a time out when you take a time out. He was like, bro, I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm getting frustrated. Like, leave me the fuck alone right now. So she just wants to compete at everything to the point where it's unattractive. So I could already see at some point, I've already told y'all, everybody I've ever lived with, they all just have a moment where they just lose their mind and start just being very irrational and unpredictable. Xavier, tell CJ he needs to do this or stop. She already said stop doing the dishes because they got chores. The kids got chores, but the kids don't do the chores. But I had to be like, all right, respect the fact that they got rules and shit in here, because when I get bored, shit, I just want to wash dishes or something like that, like, clean up and shit, because our house is filthy. So I feel like I live there too, man. Like, it ain't no big deal for me to help out and shit like that, because I know that out of 7 days, the kids probably pick up shit maybe once or twice a week. They'll pick up something. Other than that, you stepping over clothes. I'm literally looking at crumbs on the ground in real time, like as just appetizers for fucking rats and roaches, like just big ass chunks of meat on the ground. I'm like, ugh. And see, that's another thing. Like, if I would have just busted up, like started cleaning up and doing all that shit like I wanted to do, she's home. Like, I've just learned so many things about people and their mental illness when it comes to their space. Some people don't want their space touched. They want it nice and junky. As crazy as that sounds. But like I said, what's next for me is to just probably tomorrow or Wednesday start walking the strip, applying for jobs. I told you, the kicker is always applying for just these low grade jobs, 11, and nobody called. You know how many times I've applied for Whataburger since 2014 when I worked at Whataburger, and ain't none of them say, hey, we are, but we have to move on to other candidates. Like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking shitting me? So that's always the trick, is like, what job, that pays basically teenage money is going to hire me, and what jobs that I'm so interested in are going to just say, ha, no, we can't hire you. Why? I got my food handler's license. I got a lot of shit that most people in the job don't even have. No, we're going to move on with the hiring process. Just so disgusting. Of course, I shouldn't be making a video. Hello. I just hit a point. I'm going to try to touch on some things so I don't have to make this video again. Not for the channel, but just, I don't think I've made a video like what I'm about to attempt to say. About 12 years ago is when I lost all faith in God. I was one of the most responsible Christians you would ever meet. Thanks for food. I had a relationship that I used to talk to this bitch like a friend, like a brother. I told people I didn't pray. I just talked to God. God already knew what I wanted. So I used to just talk to him. When I got to a point where I wanted nothing to do with anything that had to do with God, was when I would say I could go back all the way till about 2014, 15, when shit just kept happening. You see, I came into God and all of that stupid shit right around the same time I started learning about knowledge, just what they were, just what the brothers and sisters out there will call knowledge. And it seemed to me like I went through, because of the lack of academic success, because of lack of relationship success, because of the lack of job success, that I just wanted to do something right. And so I believe that God said, you know what, bro, don't worry about this school shit. Don't worry. You'll have your head on your shoulders tighter than anybody you'll ever come across. And for people who are on your level, you will actually enjoy talking to them. So let's take a break. Why am I pissed the fuck off? Well, because something happens every single fucking stinky, dirty, rotten, ungrateful ass day that, to me, proves that something is just gonna have to happen to keep me in a state of suffering. Or at least I think I'm in a state of suffering, right? And why do I say that? Because when you check all the boxes, clean, eat, wash, exercise, the content you watch, all of these different things, when you blend them all together and you see and you tell yourself, I do a pretty damn good job at staying out of trouble. I do a pretty damn good job at soaking up information. I do a pretty good job all around the board, right? So it seems like, well, you can't just have it all figured out. You got to have something that will take you to a place of darkness. Because if I would have never reached that place of darkness, then I would be like everybody say I should be, happy-go-lucky. I went in there and I told my brother, I said, okay, first of all, what happened today? Well, came out the bath, and I know this is small, but to me, in my world, these things to me is like somebody or something is mocking me. Because I don't lose stuff. I don't misplace stuff. I don't have much, so I try to keep everything tight and neat. So when I misplace something, it takes me to a really, really, really dark place of what the fuck could have happened. Okay? My phone charger vanished. Just vanished one day. Vanished. And for people who live, you just misplaced it. No. So I get out of the shower and my headphone, one of my earbuds was on top of my cell phone. I picked the cell phone up and started recording a video and went to go sit down. When I got done with the video, couldn't find the headphones. Just couldn't find them. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what did I do? Did I just come sit on the couch and just throw it behind me or some shit? Did I stand on a pitcher's mound and just chunk the headphone as far as I could into the couch? Where the fuck is this goddamn headphone? So that's one of those things that I've always said. It'll just happen. It'll just happen, and there will be no explanation for it. Not like, oh, CJ, but you did. You remember that you probably threw it in the trash when you had that in your... No, there's never an explanation for it. Ever. Ever. The job firing. What's the explanation behind that? Well, someone stole my wallet. I couldn't, there's no way I misplaced my wallet and still to this day can't find it. Someone took my wallet. So what did that cause? That caused me to rage out. So what's the unexplainable part? Who the fuck took the wallet is what's the explainable. Who took it? Because that was the reaction to you taking it, was me raging out and ultimately losing my fucking job. What was I supposed to do? Be positive like everybody said? Just be positive. Be positive, CJ. You lost your social security card and all your other shit. Just be positive. See, you see how stupid that fucking sounds? In regards to me, that's why I told y'all that lady on the suicide hotline was like, yeah, I've heard some stories, but yours seems a little unique. Like shit is just happening to you and there's no explaining it away. There's no quick fix. She was like, oh, well, I could have cashed after you some money. You got your card? And she was like, oh, I forgot. You said you got that stolen. I was like, yeah, that was in the wallet. She was like, man, I see what you're going through, man. It's just shit on shit on shit on shit on shit. And then you got to hear people that, like I said, my brother's girlfriend, she's all, you think negative, you want negative, what does that equal? Negative. And I'm just sitting there like, la, 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 blah, blah, blah. Because there's a clear case of just dumb ass, unexplainable, stupid shit happening every single day, twice a day. So the headphones get lost. And again, it seemed like this shit happens so often that I'm just starting to laugh it off now. Those used to be tears. I probably would have cried if I was back at home and just tore up the whole tent and just went crazy. Just to release that shit. So I just chalked it up and was like, okay, well, you already know how this goes. Because that's how I lose headphones all the time. I'll have them both in my possession. And then all of a sudden, I can literally turn over an entire house and won't find it. It's the craziest shit ever. The craziest shit ever to somebody who I'm about 75 to 85% neat and tidy all the time. I take baths damn near every time I come back into the house because I don't like to be sweaty and nasty and sticky. So if somebody got any suggestions on what the fuck was that about, I don't know. Again, both headphones. My nephew was like, can I listen to the other one? I was like, bro, I don't know what the fuck it is. I lost it. So then I have to go check my phone and get meds. I jump on the scooter and on my way back, I was going to go to Walmart, but I said, yeah, fuck it. I'll go to Dollar General. I swing the motherfucker around and all of a sudden it goes. And if you know anything about electric scooters, they'll have that little monkey wrench in the top left corner. And you're like, what the fuck happened? So I'm already like, what is going on? Like, please don't have this happen in my possession. This is bullshit. And so, of course, it's now broken. It still goes, but it has like some type of noise. And that was the last straw. So that's what got me, pretty damn upset right now, because I told my brother, take me home. I'm too toxic to be around your family, brother. You've already told me about what you're going through mentally. Take me home. Take my worthless ass back to the fucking woods and go on. I said, fuck the group chat. Fuck all of it. I don't want to I'm going back to the default setting. Because I'm so sick and tired of my own life to the point where, if you're not going to kill yourself, then shut the fuck up type stuff. And it's to the point now, it's like, I just need a couple of most stupid ass things to happen. And I'll have no problem knowing that my dad probably going to kill himself if he find out anything happened to me. I'm tired of life. I'm sick of it. Every single fucking day there's something happening that I can't explain it. And it fucks with my mind. I told my brother I've never gamed that long before. I knew that was the kind of gaming I had in me, to sit on a couch and go from one game to the next game. When I was at the tent, I played the game for 10 minutes and then I'm already looking around like I'm bored. And see, a lot of that shit with the migraines and the taking of the medicine and all that, I don't even have a normal chill mode. Because the meds, they just fucked up my whole cognitive function. Where if I think I want to do something, I probably don't even really want to do that. I want to do something else. Always got to be doing two things at once type shit. So I've always been honest with myself in my pathetic ways. And this is why that's why I went away from everybody, because I'm too toxic. For good or for bad. I have things happen in my life and need legitimate help. And some people will say, man, you asking me all the time and stuff like that. If I could kill my fucking self with the push of a button, I would never want to ask anybody for anything ever again. I don't want to have to come around my fucking parents and see that they looking at a dude that's like, bro, you still ain't got your shit together. Which I've already explained why my shit is not together is because of these fucking medicine. The medicine that I got to buy, that shit is costly. I don't eat like a fucking fool. I don't buy fancy ass clothes. I don't buy all of these fucking varieties of weed, pens and shit. And yet I'm constantly living overdraft to overdraft. Not even check to check. It's overdraft to overdraft. So that's why I'm fucking ticked the fuck off right now, man. And I'm just going back to how long I've been feeling like this toward just, it's been damn near 12 years. 12 years. I told that bitch, hey man, look, I'm gonna come back now. See, I understand the spirit realm better than some pastors and reverends and all that other shit. And I understand when you purchased by God, there is no walking away. There is no walking away. But I had to make a conscious monologue in my head of, you stupid, pathetic son of a bitch. I'm so sick and fucking tired of your shit, dude. Oh, that's the devil. Nigga, if I was the devil, I'd tell you niggas, don't put that shit on me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That nigga mad on his own. He blaming God on his own. I have nothing to do with that. So I'm mentally and ignorantly choosing to blame God for all of this shit, bro. Because if this is your, well, we're just testing you. I just want to test you. You testing the wrong motherfucker, bro. See, because like a cheap ass video game, I don't want to play your fucking game, you bitch. I don't want to play your fucking game. I don't care to play your stupid ass game. And that's what my little brother had to say, fuck this life. Because you had too much come down on that nigga at one time that he wasn't strong enough to deal with that shit. If this is what it's like to worship God, motherfucker, you can have this shit, bro. I'm not gonna live a life of mediocrity just to say I got God on my side. Bitch, fuck out of here with that crap. I have tried so hard to channel demonic forces into my consciousness. My eyes sink in, I just turn pale and shit. I'm ready for it, goddammit. Because I'm tired of the righteous path. This shit sucks. Having this type of bullshit happen where you can't even put your finger on, oh, maybe I left it over there. Maybe it fell over there. No, maybe I sat on the couch, put it in my lap, didn't get up. And then now it's just gone. Nigga, I ripped that whole damn couch apart. Flipped over the mattresses. Threw out the blankets and shit and just can't find it. Poof, pow, gone. Enjoy your frustration trip. So I'm opening up my pills to take them right now because I came home. I told you I came home and told my brother, just go dump me back in the woods, bro. I'm tired of shit. So I come back in. Gabby's like, no, you all don't have to go anywhere. You know, we're family. You know, if you think negative, you're going to get negative. So you're good, CJ. You're good. You're good. Yeah, I know I'm good. But whatever's fucking with me is not good. Okay? That's what's not good. Is that I can sit on your fucking couch. Next thing I know, the couch will fall through the floor. I'm so tired of it, dude. I'm so tired of this shit. I'm so fucking tired of this shit, bro. It's like I need to rage out. I need to do something to put my ass in the hospital where I can both have my body and my mind broken. Because I'm tired of this shit, bro. Trying to sit in the fucking house and play the game. And like I said, I knew I had the ability to play the game like that. But when I was in the tent, it's just something different about switching from one game to the next. And you look up and you've been on. I've done it probably once or twice where I've comfortably played the game in the wood where I got bored. But over here, I was like, bro, it just seemed like something's off. Like, seemed like something's just, I don't know. Like I'm not supposed to be playing this bitch. So, going to go check my phone now. What other surprises await me? Yeah, Charles, the check is not here. Yeah, Charles, you didn't really mail the check here. You mailed it somewhere else. Yeah, Charles, this, that, and the third. Charles might not get his last check. All types of fucking cock-sucking bullshit that I'm just like, bro, I'm tired. I'm so tired, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired. If I had a gun, I'd stare down that barrel for about 5 hours straight. Like, I'm just so tired, man. And if the trigger accidentally slip, fuck it. Because I'm just tired of this shit, my nigga. I'm tired of having my fucking mind played with. I'm one of the most intelligent motherfuckers you'll ever listen to. The most honest, self-reflecting motherfucker. I'll never say something that I don't believe is true, even about myself. I'll tell them, I'm toxic. Everywhere I go, toxic follows. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't like my toxic behavior. My explosive attitude where I want to decapitate a motherfucker. The sick thought of knowing I'll punch a fucking kid in their face if they look at me wrong when I'm in a state like this. I'll push an old person down, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. What's up, everybody? Let's go ahead and finish up this last video. Get this out. Just got out of the shower. Went to go check my phone and all this other stuff. But I needed to complete what I was talking about in the last few videos, which is, what do I plan on doing? What's the goal? What's the plan? Yesterday I was going to report it right after it happened, but I didn't want to. I was terminated. The coward ass piece of shit Janet. And I've never spoke ill about her. Never said anything crazy about her, even on my phone and in YouTube videos. Never said anything just so whacked out and crazy. Because she was always somebody that showed me a certain amount of patience and respect that everybody else just swore up and down that I was somebody that wanted to ruin your day. I'm glad I got the private conversation that me and her had documented on YouTube. If you guys don't know anything about that, I actually recorded her having a conversation with me. And in this conversation, I brought it to her attention that one of the guys that I was working with had told me, hey, bro, she already let me know if she hear you say anything about that dude's sexuality, she's going to fire you. And so at that point, I was like, that's very, that's a little unfair. I haven't said anything, but because you know that I don't pull my punches when it comes to people being retarded, people being fags, people being all these different things other than male and female, and a decent enough person to function in society. I told him, I was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna bring it to her attention because you're not gonna fuck my day up. You're not gonna tell me what she said, which is, got me all just, bent out of shape, and then expect me not to just, no, I don't work like that. I'm gonna let her know that I know what she said. So he was, of course, oh no, man, please, man, don't do that while I'm here. Please wait till I go, you little scary little fucker. So as you heard in the recording, I actually told her, yo, we need to talk. I heard what you said. I got the message about you ready to fire me over, this dude and him being homosexual and all of that shit. Let me explain something to you, Janet. I got a problem with these type of people. And then you can hear in the recording, she's like, oh no, let me stop you right there. She starts going off, and I didn't even think I was going to ever finish the conversation because she just thought, oh no. And, she was, I don't know if you believe in God, but everybody, you're not supposed to judge people. People got spirituality and Christianity all fucked up. You don't believe in God. I don't know if you do, but everybody, and I already knew she was going to pull that card about, well, what if somebody was to judge you because you're homeless? What are you going to judge? I don't smell like I'm homeless. I don't act like I'm homeless. I don't eat, sleep, drink, work, or do anything that would resemble someone that's homeless. So you can't even prove that. You can't even use that on me. So her telling me, what I had told her was like, yo, at some point, from what I've seen in my life, usually when these type of people work around me and stuff like that, they always show themselves to be a character. I've been friends with a gay person before, and this person was easy to deal with. They weren't loud and obnoxious and all that other shit that most homosexuals are. They loud, they want to be the center of attention. And in this case, that was that guy. His name was Keon, and he was exactly what I just described. And see, it was funny because out of everybody, I can honestly say now that I'm gone from that job, I was never wrong about anything. Not even my own situation. How many videos did I make and I said, bro, I got to be able to find a job or get my GED so that if anything else happens at this job, I can say, fuck you guys, I'm out. Didn't I say that? Because I always knew something was waiting to happen. Something was just waiting to happen. And if I did not have another job lined up, it was going to be like it is now. Where do I go? Where do I live? Where do I work? All of that. I already knew it was coming. I knew that shit was coming. I knew it. And that's why I tried to work so hard to try to get, go and get my GED and stuff like that. But I already said it. When I don't have the money to get a lot of this stuff done because I take medication for migraines. So when the medication for migraines, look here, when I go to Walmart and I jack the pills that I need for $10, I don't feel bad about it because 3 days later, when I look back and say, damn, that was $20 that you didn't spend on these digestive pills, because those are the most expensive ones. You've spent $20 on these digestive pills, and I only had $80, on my card when I got my card. Today's payday, but I don't put it past the system that I won't probably even get anything today. I might have to go pick up the check. The check gonna get mailed somewhere that I don't know where the fuck it is. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. It's not gonna be just convenient enough for me to, at 11 o'clock, look at my phone and see I got paid and, go out and do what I need to do and go apply for jobs and all that. No. Something stupid is gonna happen to where I'm gonna be looking like, damn, bro, either I find a job immediately or I'm going back to the fucking woods, bro. I'm not finna sit here and be begging my brother for anything. I don't care if his woman cooking and stuff like that. There comes a time where it's like, bro, you need to get up and get your own. So what ended up happening with the gay dude? I was right. He was too much of a headache. Janet, oh my God, you told me that I didn't have to work 3 days. You lied to me. See, a part of it is that she got tired of being proven wrong. She got tired of being the one that every time something happened, she was like, God damn, bro, CJ was right again. Yes, I was. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And because of Carla, the lady that's above you, or the Frankenstein that's above you, I know, like, it just felt like it was time to go. I had already cut that nigga Caesar off for threatening me, talking about he was going to slap me. I told him, bro, don't you ever say nothing else to me ever again. I told you 2 times that nigga thought he thought I forgot and tried to, what time you get out, Charles? 11. Shit, you all right today? Yeah. Same with George. When I end up asking that nigga for some help with money and stuff like that, and he gave me $20, I get to work and try to make something before I go home so I won't have to spend no money. And he's like, you got to pay for that. I'm like, dude, when the hell do I ever have to pay for this? You already know my situation. It's a 10-inch pepperoni pizza. Why are you bugging like this, dog? So I told him at that point, don't ever say nothing else to me, nigga. Ever. You lucky I don't throw this bitch at you. Don't say nothing else to me. And on 2 occasions, he thought I was playing. Hey, Charles. Then I ain't say nothing to him. Then he did it again one time. Hey, Charles. I ain't got nothing to say to you, nigga. When I cut you off, I cut you off. So I had already put them niggas on the back burner. Then we get this other dude named Abdul. This fucking retarded ass nigga here, boy. I mean, goddamn, I told you, we even got into like a little light
little argument or whatever. Cause I said, bro, go get some more cheese, bro, please. And he was like, don't tell me what to do, bro. So I was like, bro, you gonna be a problem. All you want to do is stretch dough. You don't want to make the pizza. You just want to go sit over there and stretch. Bro, I've already broke you down to your brake pads the first 10 minutes of knowing you. You're mentally retarded. And I don't mean that just because I don't have no other word to say. No, something's not right up there. Carla coming in the goddamn building twice a week unannounced. Hey, tell Charles he can't bring his suitcase. Hey, tell Charles he can't be plugging up his devices over there. Like, just dumb ass stuff that I was like, man, I'm getting so sick of this shit. She want me to write you up for the pants. Oh, and she want me to write you up for the hat. I swear I could have called HR. Every job I've ever had, there was a moment where I could have called HR and proved my point. But a lot of times I just be so disgusted with how everything unfolds that I don't even care. I just want to move on. Because unlike some Christians and all of that, I actually go through that type of prosecution, being lied on, cheated on, stole from, mistreated, all of that. I go through it all. And I don't run from it because it's a life that I didn't ask for. But since I'm this deep in it, I've already learned that the people in my life that do know who I am, my older brother, that's just about it. I can't really say anybody else really knows who I am. But that was another thought I wanted to finish about the kids was that kids are going to be kids. And I'm talking to my brother in this regard, all right? And kind of sort of to, his baby moms. Kids are going to be kids, man. I'm not saying every kid in the world supposed to have a funky ass, funky feet, trash everywhere. I could turn this phone around and just pan it around. I can go in there. I could just violate these niggas' privacy, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to just explain it. When you decide to talk to children in a fashion in which you really let them get on your nerves, it's going to create, first of all, when you're using profanity around your kids are going to use profanity toward other kids. Okay? If you telling your kids, get your dumb ass out of here, are you stupid or something? They're going to then they're going to talk to their peers like that because they're going to say, well, my mama or daddy made me feel dumb. Now, this is what it's like to feel dumb. So if somebody does something in my group of friends, I'm going to shame you because I don't like that feeling. So I want to put that feeling on somebody else. Okay? When you call your sons and your daughters dumb bitches and get the fuck out of my face and all of that, you're just basically creating an alter ego inside of them that they're going to express toward other kids, if not adults. If not already, they're going to express it to adults. They're going to whisper under their breath, man, fuck you. So I've already said this to my brother that I think you guys are going to have to see an example of what a man, because my dad already put that example out there, but my dad's not an alpha male. He's a beta male, meaning he could pay all the bills and cut grass and fix broken shit. But when it comes to substance, my dad doesn't have anything of substance. He's really he's going to read from a manuscript of, pray to God. And, if what you're doing right now not working, you need to try something else. Basic shit. But my dad put forth an example of there don't need to be screaming in the house. Ah! Ah! What is all of that for? They getting ready to go to bed last night, and you hear the daughter in there calling the brother, "Hey, come here." doing all of that. And I'm telling you, if I was Xavier, my brother, I'd just came out of the room and like, do I need to make y'all all sleep in the same room? Like, since y'all want to yell like that, y'all can all sleep in the same room. I don't, if y'all think y'all that far apart where y'all got to yell across the house like that. As boys, we were tearing up the house, running and jumping, playing football, like, you know, little things. But we did break stuff, and I remember at certain points in the house, like the floor would get a little weak in some areas. But that's a lot of that came from my mom just walking so hard. She walks on her heels, so it's like boom, 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 boom. And it just wore out this little area in the kitchen one day, and Dad had to, you know, peel up the tile and all that and fix it. But we didn't get into certain things that I look back on like, we did that? No, everything was pretty normal. It was the activity was so high risk, you know, that we could break a window or something like that. But we wasn't the type to be just in the house yelling and screaming and carrying on in a way that you would think you're a wild animal or something. So my dad was like, you know, he never had to coach us in that area. But now see, you know, with this family here, it's you're getting on my nerves. As an adult, you're getting on my nerves. Get out of my way. Stop looking at me. Shut up. Stuff like that. You cannot talk to children like that. You can't. You can, but you're creating a personality distortion where they're going to want to do that toward their friends. And they're going to want to do that to other adults. They're going to want to talk like that. It's very simple. But when you're having kids out of nowhere, when you're not really spiritually grounded, you see, when me and Gabby, Xavier's baby mama, when we had a conversation here the other day, she was off from work, and I told y'all I'm glad I waited to make the video because she had came out the room at like 11 something. And I thought she was at work, so I would have been in here talking like I'm talking now, and she'd have just been in the room. I used to do that when I had an ex-girlfriend. I used to call my grandmother and talk about all the different things that was going on in the household. Like, this man wants to drink all weekend and then he don't want to go to work Monday, Tuesday, but his wife will get up and go to work even though she did the same thing he did. So certain things I would, you know, tell my grandmother that was bothering me, and how grateful I was that my dad didn't raise me like that, that this nigga heard he damn near heard everything I was saying about him. So he got so mad that he called the girl I was dating at the time. He called her uncle to try to come check me, and we ended up getting into a fight. So my dad was just like, bro, when you in other people's house, you got to be mindful that no matter what you say, it could be 150% true. That's their house. They don't want to hear somebody critiquing their house. They don't want to hear somebody making certain statements and judgments based off how they move in their house. They can wipe doo-doo on the walls. That's their house, bro. They can do that. If this bothers you that much, you need to leave. So that's why I went to the woods, because I was like, yeah, I don't want to, you know, even here, like, I'm a little skeptical living with my brother, just because certain days him and her might be getting into it. Certain days I might be in a particular mood, and I don't want to come home to another family that has to deal with that. You know what I mean? That's why I left my tent out there and all of that, and some of my shit still out there in Houston, because I'm like, you know, probably later today, if not tomorrow, I'm going to go look for work. But I really do like to be alone. I like to be alone. Now, not having the access to the weight room, that is all going to go away. I even thought to myself when it was going on, like, this is not going to last forever. I'm not going to be able to get up, go work out at the gym how I want, do all of this stuff. It ain't going to work. I knew it was going to come to an end one day. I knew it. See, things in my life, when it seems consistent, I just know that something is waiting in the bushes to just ruin it all. That's why I had the attitude that I had when it came to lifting weights, because I knew at some point it was all gonna stop. And the only thing that I could do is take testosterone boost, probably TRT or something, just to keep the muscle mass. But I knew the weight room shit was gonna stop. I knew that job was gonna put an end to a lot of stuff that I don't really have anything to show. What do I have to show for that job? What do I have to show? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. If somebody told me you gonna work here just to get by, and then you're gonna leave that job just to go over there and get by, then leave that job to go over there and get by, you'll never have a car, you'll never put yourself in a position where you can save, because you're gonna have these migraines that you're gonna have to pay out of pocket for. If you think that you're finna go try to get your head fixed and all of that, prepare to miss work. Prepare to get, let go from a job or something, because I can't afford that type of leniency when it comes to the things that I need to get done when it comes to work. People will look me dead in the face and be like, well, we got a business to run here. But I know if I don't get these headaches fixed, I will always need medicine. I will always take a chance of going into Walmart, stealing those pills and getting caught. And just reopening that whole lifestyle that I closed a long time ago. I'll never be able to buy nice clothes. I know without a doubt, without a question, if I did not have to, hell, even if I didn't have to go get the digestive pills, let's just say $5 on 100 200 migraine relief pills, that's nothing. $5 that's nothing. $2.52 for some allergy pills. People spend more than that on soda and Rillos and all that shit. That ain't nothing. Ibuprofen is $1. $2 if you get the 100 pill bottle. It's those fucking digestive pills that's $9.97. And I go through probably 4 of them. In between, the next time I'm gonna need another one. That's $40, $45. You see what I'm saying? That right there is busting my ass. That's breaking me. It's not the food. It's not the weed. It's not the games. It's not the phone bill and gym membership. It's what you just heard. The migraines and the inability to digest my food. Because I've taken these pills for so long. So, I will now start to participate with my brother in basketball. Me and my brother used to play basketball all the time. We played last night at the church gym. It was an okay outing. Got to play myself back into shape. It's one thing if you're working out at a fast pace and you're not really moving nowhere. It's another thing when you're running up and down that court. I haven't felt that winded in God knows how long. And those were some of the worst headaches I could ever receive is after playing basketball. When my head is just pulsing like boom, 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 boom. And it's my eyes. So I have to take so much. What I think I have to do is, like, if he gets home at 4, the smoking and shit stops. Like from 4 to about 9 o'clock at night, if I want to be straight, then I can't smoke. Because the smoke will just reignite the throbbing and shit in my head. And then when the migraine does come, I had to make sure, okay, eat a banana, eat a pear, drink some water, take 2 more migraine relief and 2 more sinus pills and 2 more ibuprofen. I felt great. There was nothing wrong with me. And last night, it tried to show its face. It tried to show its face to where I had to sit here for a little while in front of this fan and just sit hunched over. I took 2 migraine relief, 2 sinus, 2 ibuprofen. Still hurting. Okay, I'm going to take the testosterone booster pills, which I start to take them whole so they can digest in my gut. When I chew these pills, they don't digest in your gut. They just hit the nerves. So when you digest them in the gut, you can absorb all of it. And so I took 2 of those. Mind you, of course, then I have to take the digestive pills to get all of it down. Head still throbbing. 2 more migraine relief, 2 more sinuses, and 2 more ibuprofen. And I think after that, once I do that much, I'll tell myself whatever pain is left, I'm going to just have to deal with it. Because that's too many pills if I have to then go do another dose. That's too much. So I'll then just deal with whatever lingering pain is there after that. Usually it'll just result in me just being sleepy as hell and just drowsy as fuck. So there are a lot of places to work here, but we already know the running joke. And I'm glad I brought this up because I was watching yesterday MVP, the former WWE United States champion MVP. And he was talking to a guy about, I did 9 years in prison for armed robbery. And the first thing that he says, the guy interviewing him, was like, oh, you made a mistake as a kid, though. We all make mistakes. Shout out to MVP because this is how I roll. He said, nah, bro, I didn't make a mistake. I know that's what you want to say because that's what everyone says. But I made a conscious decision to have to rob somebody at gunpoint. That wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a mistake for me to play football and have these headaches. As a kid, I made a conscious decision to play football, not knowing that headaches could come from this. I didn't know. So when he said that, I was like, damn, bro, I feel that shit. Because at one point, everybody was telling me, oh, you know, whatever you've done in your past, we all make mistakes. You just gotta, cause my brother will try to diagnose me with, man, it's the stress. Man, it's them pills. Man, it's them Black and Miles. Man, it's the, dude, I know what it is. It's a neurological nerve damage system in my head that when it's hot outside, it makes it worse. When I do anything athletic, at a high pace that'll increase my heart rate, it could get triggered then. If I smoke and then smoke the black and then chill on the game for a little bit, I might be able to last without taking pills, but more than likely I'm going to have to take my first dose probably 30 minutes after I smoke for the first time that day. I know how this goes. There is no tea out there that could stop this type of damage and this pain. I told them the other day when we hooped at the park and we came home that they got a chance to see that type of migraine where I'm damn near finna cry. My equilibrium is off. Like I don't have any balance. I'm running into the walls and shit because I can't even open my eyes. So my life is an uphill battle. And the reason I brought up MVP is because of my brother was like, man, this sucks. I can't even get a house in my own name because of the things that I did in the past. MVP was like, this system is so sick. I can't be world champion because of something I did when I was 16. And I got to have a written note from a judge or something to let me compete in London, let me compete in England, all London, England, same place, France and all these places. I can't be world champion because of this. He was like, it ain't even got nothing to do with that. He was like, nigga, when I got older and wanted to get my first apartment, he was like, I couldn't even get an apartment. And I was like, it was a 6-minute long interview or just a little snippet of it. And I sat there and I just shook my head like, because you know who else is going through that? My brother. My brother has been on the straight and narrow for quite some time. And because he did what he did in the past, he can't get nothing in his name. And it's very frustrating and it's unfair. This is why America is not going in any direction that is positive. All the millions of problems we have, that's one of them. People getting out of prison and jail, they cannot rehabilitate themselves. They can't get no place. They can't get a job. All because the system is rigged in a way that people are like, oh, I don't want to give him a chance. He did something a decade ago. How they say you're supposed to repay your debt to society. He say, bro, when I got out, I didn't know that I was still paying my debt to society by not being able to get a job. This is a sick place to actually have to function when you're somebody. Denzel said it the other day. When you ain't doing shit in life, the devil is not bothering you. Kind of goes to what I said about most people being just walking corpses. They're just empty. Nothing going on in your life. So the devil is like, why would I bother somebody who ain't doing shit? You ain't doing nothing. It's when you actually want to do stuff. My brother wants to save his money and buy his kids nice things and be able to say, I could get a place by myself. And I could get a car that's mine, not my brother's that died, and I gotta pay the insurance on this high ass car. I'm gonna go pick up my brother at the my brother called me, say he need me. I'm on my way, my nigga. See, when you behave like that, the devil is like, yo, man, you trying to do. And I've already told y'all, I'm not somebody who like to throw shit on the devil or God, because they probably have nothing to do with this. But there is a force out there that says, oh, you actually trying to do something right? Nah, my job is to wake up earlier than you to make sure you don't do it right. So when I told my brother that, he was like, yeah, that makes sense, bro. Because every time I feel like I'm trying to do the right thing and stuff like that, I just get the door slammed in my face. I said, me too, bro. Me too. Because I believe that the example that my dad put forth, it makes me and Xavier want to be husbands. Upstanding citizens that you could say, I'm proud to have that as I'm proud to have him and her as my neighbor. They got my back. When you trying to live like that, nah. Your woman, the kids, your job, all that is going to try to jump in the way. And it's not like they're colluding behind the scenes like, you ready to get them? No. They're just things that's going to... This is the thing about life. It's like... It's just... There's just a force out here that can't be seen. And it creeps its way into good people's minds and hearts like mine. And convince you to hurt somebody, hurt yourself. Just give up. Check yourself into rehab. Check yourself into some type of psych ward or something. For you to want to be able to buy a car, CJ, so you can make it to your nephew football game. Nah, I can't allow you to do that. I can't allow you to do that. That's positive. I can't allow you to help your brother clean up around the house so the kids ain't got to do as much so they won't get screamed at. Nah, I can't allow that. Can't allow it. That's positive. I can't allow you to go apply for 55 jobs. That's why I brought up the MVP thing, because as many jobs as y'all gonna see me apply for, even the ones on my phone on Indeed, you'll be amazed how many people just don't call back. And I'm not applying for no bank job or bank teller. Bro, this is Burger King, McDonald's, Whataburger, Vape City, fucking anything just to get back out there. And you get no call back. It's one of the most... It's one of those things that can prompt you to a life of just being a criminal. Being a straight up criminal. I'm not a rapper, but I'm sure I can grab a pencil and a piece of paper and put something on it and then put it over a beat and make some kind of money. All the trash ass rap I hear out there. And you getting 2,000 views, 3,000 views on one song that's 3 minutes long. I could do that. Because all of this stuff is for what? It's to ensure that nobody could ever fire me again. It's to ensure I don't never have to report to a place that I know is somebody or people in there that I want to hurt. to never have to call the suicide hotline again. Because most of the time it has something to do with money. Like me having my wallet stolen and stuff like that. I don't think I would have spazzed out if somebody would have stole a charger, or, if you'd have stole my game or anything, I would have had to hunt you down. But, my wallet with my card in it that had money that my dad just sent, that was way too much. First of all, my dad sent that money, so that meant more to me than just the wallet itself. So for that to happen, if I could go back and change my behavior, I don't think I would, because I would have reacted the same way. It was too much going on that I had to let that shit out. And that wasn't even fucking, man, I could have tore that place apart. So in the future, when I do get a call, I will be doing a drive-by at that place. And I told my brother I'm going to buy a paintball gun and freeze the paintballs, or a pellet gun, whichever, and you will receive a drive-by. I don't care what it sounds like. You will receive a drive-by. Paintballs, pellet gun, whatever. If I pull up to that store and I see y'all come out, I'm spraying your goon mask on and everything. Because this will never leave, as far as the sneaky like behavior that when I'm not in the building, I'm pretty sure everybody's like, oh my God, he's just the worst person ever. But when I'm there, everybody got patience for me and it's going to be okay. I got tired of every day explaining to this fucking African lady, bro, shut up. You don't know nothing about why I act like this. You just like the rest of these surface dwelling fucking dummies. Like, they just all think that I choose to be mad all the time. I want to be mad all the time. I'm looking to be mad all the time. For a nigga that's mad all the time, don't you think I want to have joy every now and again? Don't you think I want to have a moment of peace? But you motherfuckers is so centered around, just put a smile on even though everything around you is crashing. I'm not like that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be a little frustrated until the problem is fixed. So I got tired of explaining that to her every day. I got tired of coming to work knowing I'm finna work with this dumbass nigga Abdul, and I'm finna have to tell this nigga, yo, get your ass over here and make this pizza, bro. Stop stretching dough. It was time to go. Coming in every day, can't charge your shit over there. Can't leave, can't bring your suitcase. We got corporate coming in today. Man, shut up. Go to hell, bro. I'm not finna fucking... This is for a bunch of fucking kids and a fucking bunch of weak-ass adults. You can have your headphones in, can't have them in. It's just like, man, I'm not finna deal with this, bro. I'm not finna deal with this. And I know the next job I get ain't gonna be the answer. The next job or the next job or the next job. It ain't none of these jobs gonna be the answer. I'm supposed to be doing something in the background so that I can one day wake up and say, hey, congratulations, Charles, you have passed your exam and we will be mailing you your degree in, women's hair or whatever the fuck you want to do. Congratulations. We'll send you a kit of all the things you need. And we'll show you how to make appointments and all of that. We're giving you 2 appointments here to get you going and all of that. That's the goal. The goal is to wake up knowing I don't have to go to a place and deal with that type of dumb shit where it's going to be another homosexual. It's going to be another fucking tranny. It's going to be another fucking dyke. It's going to be another fucking lesbian. It's going to be another fucking skin and bone little anorexic black girl who got insecurity problems that want to bother me. It's going to be some old ass black dude who thought he was the shit before I got there. Now I'm there. Now you know you ain't nobody looking at you. What is gonna be the problem? So I'm done ranting and raving. I'm gonna post this video. Before you leave, man, could you guys give me a like or something, man? I'd appreciate it. And I'll talk to y'all later. I'm out. So I've been a part of the dark side, I would say, for the better part about 15 years. 15 years of cussing God out. 15 years of really trying to provoke the motherfucker. Because
That's just how sick I am, man. That's just how sick and mentally fucked I've been for a while. And I was thinking about that earlier today. Even when I was in high school and it was time to graduate. Listen to me now. And they were like, CJ, you're gonna fail. You need 3 credits, and we're gonna give you this paperwork and stuff like that so you can take it home and get it done and turn it in so you can graduate with your friends, right? So I get the folders. It was 2 folders. I think they were both like purple and one was red or some shit. And I do all the work. I go home, I do all the work, and I'm getting ready to get on the bus the next day. Sit down in the chair, whatever. Didn't do nothing. It was early in the morning, so you know, kids ain't even active like that in the morning. So I'm just sitting there chilling. Get off the bus. Got everything on me. Get inside the school. Everybody's copying off everybody, you know, trying to get out of school and, you know, make sure they make the best grades they can make. So we go into 4th period. And this was the first class that I needed to have that paperwork, was 4th period. And I go dig in my bag and I pull out one folder, but I couldn't find the other one. I'm like, this is strange. Where the hell would it have gone? So just like I did with the suitcase, I just picked the backpack up and just started slinging it all over the place and was like, yo, where's this fucking folder? And I'm pissed, y'all. I'm livid. And of course started crying because it started to become something that was like, how did this happen? So I go on the bus and I'm like, you know, I asked the teacher, I was like, hey man, I really need to go check the bus. I lost one of the folders you gave me with all the work in it, and it's done. It's done. The work is done, because I'm not retarded to go home with work and not do it. And my parents say, well, they tried to help you. Yeah. No, you get your ass whooped. Or you be called stupid or something. Like, bro, they tried to help you and you just didn't do the work, dummy. So I did it. And the lady looking at me, she like, go ahead, Charles. And I'm like, yeah, of course. Create doubt in her head that, you know, you're lying. Of course. So I go check the bus and I look under the seat like, oh man, there go all those. I just seen a bunch of papers on the floor and was like, those are mine. Like, how did it even end up like this? How did this happen? So I go and reach for all the papers under the seat, and it was a purple folder there too. Guess what, y'all? That shit wasn't even mine. It was like 5th grade homework or some shit. Yeah. None of them papers were mine. None of them. Almost like a spit to the face, like, ha, you thought. So of course I go back into the class and I'm about as depressed as I can get. And I was like, look, man, I did the work. I can't find the folder. And this goes back to what my stepmom taught me. If you know you've done everything you can do, just let it go. Let it go. And that's exactly what I did. I said, fuck this shit, bro. For that type of monkey ass goofy shit to happen, I can never, ever, ever, ever say that I appreciate God and anything that I'm doing ever again. Ever. Because that was the start of not graduating and this whole thing. So that's how far back it goes, of just pattern recognition, of just some sick fucking force out there that just wants to fuck me as often as possible, and seemingly at the worst time possible. The worst time. Here's another one. Me and my roommate, we struggling with bills and all of this shit. Then I finally get a job at Walmart and he's like, nah, man, I don't want to live together no more. I'm like, dude, I have a job that was way better than all other jobs. So I basically used Walmart for being homeless. Didn't get a goddamn thing out of that job. Started the job homeless. The worst condition you can be in trying to save money. It's just so fucking sick, man. And this is why I say nobody can convince me that, oh, you doing this to yourself. Oh, because you think negative, that this is negative. Shut the fuck up. There's some sick force out there that I would say is God, because since your bitch ass got control of everything, bro, you just doing the most. And you think by, I guess, testing me that this making me stronger? No, it's making me psychotic. Turning me into a damn narcissist. A fucking, a sociopath. That's what it's turning me into. You think one day I'm gonna wake up from this shit and be like, oh my God, I was a young man and I was mad at God. Now I'm happy. And you can fucking kiss in my ass. It ain't happening, Jack. So that's why I told my parents, if I had the means of getting tattoos, I would have so much demonic shit tatted on me. And some people might say, well, how's that gonna help, CJ? I don't know if it will, but I know I'm sick and tired of doing it this way. Yeah. I know I'm sick and tired of doing it that way. So let's get dark and devilish with it. Sell my soul, do whatever I have to do. Because I'm so sick and tired of this current life that I've been living. And I can honestly say I have not lived life probably since I was a kid. Wrestling in the house and playing outside all day, migraine free and doing all of that. Once the migraines came in, well, basically once I found out I wasn't going to graduate, it's just been a constant of having relationships. They don't work out. The health problems. Can't keep a job. Never had my own car. Shit, boy, I tell you, man, this is one hell of a life to live. It's just trash. And it makes it like that is when you know what's going on and it's going to keep happening. It's like a game you play every day when you get home from work. You know what to. I used to tell people all the time, when you play GTA, you better know when you get on GTA, at some point, someone will blow up all of your cargo. $700,000 worth of cargo. You will get some fucking lunatic one day just blow your shit up. And you've hustled for months trying to, let your shit save up and just so you can make a big sale one day. ×2 on delivery type shit. And then somebody, as soon as you pull out the lot, just blows it up. That's how it feels. Because you know you're getting on this game full of psychotics. But you take that chance anyway of like, man, hopefully I can have a good, decent fucking game, bro. And no fool ass nigga come blow up all my cargo. That's what this life is like. I know every day that I wake up, something unexplainably fucking retarded is going to happen. And it's just going to spiral. And again, I spend all day taking pills just to keep headaches away. So I'm constantly drowsy and in a sluggish, moody ass type of mood. Yeah, from all the pills. I already know what a life outside of them pills would consist of. I probably feel like I feel right now. I come alive at the night and during it like 7:30. That's when I wake up. That's when I wake up. For some reason, all day I'm dragging ass till about 7:30. Then I'm just up. So, yeah. I want everybody and my parents. Don't mention no motherfucking God around me, bro. Don't mention no cocksucking ass nigga Jesus. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I swear to God, one day y'all gonna see me in some type of clothing or tattoos. Y'all gonna be like, bro, you really are serious about this shit? I'm nigga. You want to be sacrificed? You better leave me alone. You better leave me alone. I just got back from goddamn me, Louisiana, fucking with them voodoo doctors. You better leave me alone. What I tell y'all, I'll never forget what happened here at Domino's. So if I ever get a car, you best believe I'm riding by that store and I'm not with a real gun because I hit innocent bystanders, but paintball gun or pellet gun and just shoot you all in your neck and in your mouth. Bitch ass nigga, you thought I forgot. Thought I forgot. And they're gonna be frozen too. Frozen BBs and frozen paintballs. Make a nigga feel that shit. It might be next month, next year, next decade. I'll never forget it. And it'd be best if you got another job or something. Because if I see you come out like a psychopath, I'll be sitting in that motherfucking parking lot smoking on my goddamn stogie waiting on you to come out. Throw that goon mask on and pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. That'll make me feel better about this shit. I told y'all, man. I'm throwed off. And I don't like it. Because I know that I'm not like this naturally. Life has turned me into something cold, calculated, and callous. Unforgiving. Lack of empathy. All of it. I wish somebody would say, hey, we heard what you said on that phone. Put your hands behind your back. You're making threats. Yeah. That's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling. Fuck this life. That's why I said, I already told y'all with the Domino's deal and all of that, I knew that shit wasn't gonna last long. It's like damn near every week I was dealing with something stupid. And I told the truth, every single story that I ever told. I told you where I went wrong, and I told you where the person fucking with me went wrong. I never said that, oh, I ain't do nothing, they picking on me. Never said that. What I said was I don't even want to call it a demonic, there's just a force out here that loves to interject at the worst possible time to then cause me to jeopardize everything in my life, the little shit that I do have. I don't like being angry every day. All day, damn near. I don't like to think of life as just, oh, here goes another day of bullshit. Don't even want to fucking move around. Like I said, I'll be sitting on the couch will fall through the damn floor. I'll open the front door, it'll fall off the hinges. Just some stupid ass, dumb ass shit that I blame God for every fucking bit of it. You fucking clown. Because you know you cannot fuck with me no other way. You know you can't fuck with me when it come to no job. You know you can't fuck with me when it come to cleaning and washing my ass and cooking and being respectful. You know you can't fuck with me when it come to these kids in here and how they can piss me off. But I'm such an old soul that I just enjoy them being kids. You know you can't fuck with me when it come to my brother. I ain't in here trying to fuck his girl. We wasn't raised like that. You know you can't fuck with me with none of this shit. Fucking pansy. So you just sit here all day and just have this dumbass shit that happens. It's just like, I gotta do this because you can't just go through life willy-nilly. CJ, I know you know everything. But goddamn, dude, when can I come in and interject? When can I have some fun? Fucking, oh man, made me sick. They better not ever, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And they already, you don't have to go back, CJ. Y'all gonna notice a change in me that I'll fuck around and take myself back. I'm not playing with y'all, bro. My brother struggling with his attitude and dealing with her ass. You think I want to bring my shit to his front door? Because if me and him are both, going at it over some shit, oh boy. Whoa, me and my brother never got into it like that. We've got a little fussy at each other before. But other than that, we ain't never fought each other, no shit like that. But the way I've been feeling, I told that nigga when he picked me up, bro, I'm not a likable person. Not right now, I'm not. I'm telling you now, I'm not a likable person. I'm very difficult to deal with right now. Because I want to do right in life. I want my own money. I want my own car. I want to be able to buy gifts for my nephews and buy my mama flowers every time I see her. Hang out with my dad, normal shit. Nope. You'll be 40 by the time you figure you even graze that idea, CJ. You'll be 45 years old. So, every video y'all watching, I'm getting colder and colder and colder and colder and deader and deader and deader inside. Every single video you see, I'm getting deader and deader, more soulless, more heartless, more angry, more threatening. Every video you watch. Well, as you can see, I'm back on the scooter. I have no idea. See, again, unexplainable. Why did that have to happen last night to cause that? That was one more gray hair added to my face, man, of just unnecessary, unwanted stress. I fiddled with it. and told one of the twins to get on it and ride it and see what happens, and they got on it, and it ain't made that noise or whatever. I don't know what was wrong with it, but anyway, so my brother, right? Whoa. People, they really do move over as if I'm a goddamn four-wheeler or something. It's just ridiculous at this point. They move as if I'm like a double wide trailer on the fucking road. Like, it's not that serious, y'all. So what they do is like, oh God, man, it's so irritating. It really is. I'm trying my best. Because I got to get this shit out right now. Look, they put their signal on like I'm a double wide trailer. And then you might be like, why you not on the sidewalk? These sidewalks are useless. They're so fucked up. They're more fucked up than the road. And I'm not taking no chance of hitting these bumps and fucking this hoe up. I've already got on it with my mind set on, okay, you might have to walk at some point in time. So a lot of people, they like to honk, and that shit triggers the hell out of me. So anyway, like, look, these dudes, they like, bro, I swear to God, they act like this goddamn thing is a Hummer or something. Like, get out of here, bro. It's not that serious. But anyway, man. So my brother, he's in a bit. He's saying that he's at his breaking point as well. He said he just got off the phone with my mom and asked her, could he come back? So I told him, man, let me go get this medicine. Let me go get this medicine. And we can talk about it when I get back. I'm all gamed out, man. I tell you, I've been doing so much gaming. It feels abnormal to be able to, like, get on one game, go to, normally when anyway, I ain't about to get all into that shit. But anyway, my brother and his, the girlfriend he's with now, Gabby, his third baby mama, another one of his other baby mama's brothers died. And the funeral is this weekend. And it's also his son's birthday. And from what he's saying, she's upset about that. Now, she came in the house saying, like, your brother's pissing me off. She threw the internet router on the couch and it was just like she was mad, like damn near every day she is. And this is normally how this is how most people's houses are. If you live with your girl, like, it's just a bunch of, I don't want to come home to this shit and blah, 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 blah. It's just like, trust me, been there, seen it, whatever. So, I was like, what's wrong? And she was like, your brother's pissing me off. And I was like, yeah, I know, because one of the kids accused one of our kids of stealing one of these damn scooters. And ain't nobody take nobody's scooter. And this old ass lady was like, we're going to call the police. I'm like, by saying that, you think I'm going to be like, oh, no, please. Okay, here's your scooter. Like, bitch, go do what you need to do. So she never called the police. And so I'm knocking on the door to notify my brother, like, bro, these niggas is keep knocking on this door. They pissing me off. Come see what's going on. He's not answering the door. And I'm thinking one of two things. Either this nigga done slit his wrist and killed himself, or he's purposely choosing not to answer. Like, he's, having one of his, I'm not doing nothing. I don't care what's going on outside of this door. So, I go outside, I jump on the scooter to go get this medicine, and he's out there and he's like, man, I'm at my breaking point, bro. This girl is tripping. Like, she's actually thinking that, like, I'm not supposed to take part in this nigga's, like, I'm not supposed to do nothing this weekend. Are you lost your mind? And he was like, bro, you got shit all the way fucked up. And so he was like, man, I done told mama and them, I done called mama and told her I might have to come back. And so I told him, man, let me go get this medicine. And we're going to talk about it when I get back. I don't think there's nothing I can say to see. This is all very easy. But the thing is like, if you force You have to force that shit out of people, man. You like how they say, play your hand. You gotta play your hand, bro. Do the worst. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna attend my son's birthday. I'm gonna do all that. You start locking doors and doing all of that shit, then now I'm gonna have to start getting the police to escort me to the house to get my stuff, and we're gonna do it that way. Now, I did explain, I explained to him, like, bro, the same way I got an apartment is the same way you can get an apartment, bro. And it's just so embedded in me that I never include myself in none of this shit. Like, we can live together. We should try. I don't never do that shit, even though I can, but I don't. But I was like, bro, you can get this shit. They can erase, they can, like, not erase, but they can, like, get the documents to say, like, you haven't done any crimes or anything in the past 7 years, no felonies and none of that shit, and you can get an apartment, bro. It's possible to get it in your name and all that other shit. But see, nobody never taught him that. I told my brother, the one that committed suicide, I told him about it, and it actually worked out for him. This is going very smooth, y'all. Very smooth. So, and I told him the same thing about a car. Like, all of this stuff is obtainable through that service on Facebook. And so, also, my dad offered, I told y'all, for me to come back, right? And I was like, bro, me and my brother can live in a trailer, like a camper. If dad bought me a camper, I don't mind sharing it with you, my nigga. I don't. Now, it's gonna suck because, you know, you way the fuck out there, and how the hell am I gonna move around to find a job? That's gonna suck. But other than that, that was a lot of bumps. Other than that, you know, we'll be fine, bro. But, you know, that's what's all going on right now. And, you know, this is the result of not being honest. Always looking for the first sign to get out of something. I told y'all, man, I could have begged all these family members to do all of this different shit to avoid living outside. But I knew at the end of the day, people grow tired of taking care of you, no matter, even if you supply your own food, your own everything. It's just a thing of, like, only your parents are probably the only ones in your life that can put up with you for a lifetime like that. If you try doing that shit with a female, and you know, and she know, bro, I can never get my own place. If your woman know that you got enough money at any time to get out on your own, she will change her act. If she know you have a means to do all of this on your own, she will change her act. But if you want to walk around here, Xavier, thinking that you can keep lying and shifting and sneaking and slithering through all of these situations, bro, I'm telling you, it's never going to work out. Because everything you have is based off of half-truths. And trust me, I get it, like, you know, with the you know, a lot of his shit is money. Because he got 3 kids he got to take care of. Nemo, Isaiah, and Zion. So, you know, a lot of times his pockets get bled and shit. But, you know, my brother is just built a certain way that he's like an old dog that you cannot teach new tricks. He's set in his ways. He got kind of like a Jamaican, South African type of attitude. Like, he's very aggressive about, like, relationship type things, you know? Like, that's like relationships. Like, a lot of things that you would consider common sense, he's very, you know, like, okay, you know, I go play basketball on this day, don't ask me to do shit. Telling Gabby nothing comes before basketball, like, that's not what fathers say, brother. You know, you don't never want to stop smoking weed. A father eventually, at some point, has to consider, okay, maybe I don't want my kids to see this. I don't want them to know what this smell is. You know, let them do that shit when they get out of my house. But see, again, when you don't have rules and regulations within your own life as far as principles and shit like that, morals, then a lot of times you just let a lot of shit go Next thing you know, you look up and everything is so far out of whack and out of hand. That's why I said, I told myself, bro, I don't want to live with nobody else. Because when all this random shit starts happening and people want answers, why you lose your job? Why you ain't been going to work these past couple of days? Why you acting like that? Why you, all that shit, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to be the one listening to that shit. I'd rather just go home or to a place where I know I don't have to answer to nobody.